Greetings, YouTube. Not everyone is familiar with the concept of the castle doctrine. It says that you are under no obligation to retreat from a place that you can be legally considered your possession, your property, your home, your apartment, or even your car, in the event that it is invaded or you are attacked. So if somebody breaks into your home, you are under no obligation to run away. You can stand in that place and you can defend your home from invasion. And you can imagine that that's an incredibly popular concept with conservatives in America. Red caps love the castle doctrine. All right? I happen to be a proponent of the castle doctrine. I say if you break into someone's home, you have granted consent for whatever happens to you. You've made that conscious decision. You're going to invade somebody's property. You're going to invade their home, particularly when there's a reasonable expectation that they are present. Then whatever befalls you, that's your fault. You didn't have to do that. No one forced you to break into their home. So some of the red caps will go so far as to put signs up. You guys have actually seen signs in homes. It said show a picture of some kind of a firearm, a pistol, a revolver, a shotgun, what have you. Sometimes they'll get real fancy and it'll be like a military grade AR-15 style, rifle, and it will say, "We don't call the police," which is a really nice way to advertise to the world that you have firearms which can be stolen when they know you're not home. But that's neither here nor there. But red caps love the castle doctrine. And they'll tell you, you enter my home, you're going to be facing the barrel of a firearm. So when someone kicked in Kenneth Walker's door, he thought his home was being invaded. He defended his home. It was his apartment, but his home. Except the three people breaking that door in were cops. And in a hail of gunfire, they murdered Breonna Taylor. Now, if those three cops had just been private citizens, three just random dudes who had decided that they wanted whatever Kenneth Walker had, they would all have been charged with murder. And attempted murder, because they attempted to kill Kenneth Walker as well. But because they're cops, that didn't happen. Now imagine if those three guys had been private citizens and black. Red caps all across America would be outside the courthouse, wanting to burn them in the street, wanting to lynch them off the lampposts. But because they're cops, it's okay that they kick someone's door in, and when that person attempted to defend his home, they gunned down and murdered his girlfriend. That's acceptable in America. That's twisted. If you kick someone's door down and invade their home, you're the bad guy. Particularly when there was no reason to be there. No crime was taking place. The person that the warrant was for didn't live there. Was already in custody. Remember that. Breonna Taylor's ex-boyfriend was already in custody. There was no reason to do what the cops did. As far as I'm concerned, they're off the goddamn reservation. They shouldn't be protected by the law. They should be just considered three thugs that broke into somebody's apartment. And they should all three of them be charged with her murder and spend the rest of their lives in prison. But none of them have been charged with her murder. And in fact, the one indictment that has been filed against one of the cops is for the rounds that missed her. Think of that for a second, particularly anyone out there who sees this who's white. Imagine what the black community is experiencing right now, knowing that a cop was indicted for the rounds that didn't murder a black woman because they could have potentially endangered other people. So you fire a hail of bullets without having a clean target, which is absolutely a violation of firearm safety rules, gun discipline. You need to know where your round is and what is behind your round so you know where your rounds are going. I learned that when I was 12. But apparently, the cops have the spray and pray variety of gun training, where you just kind of point your firearm in the general direction of the person or thing that you want to destroy. I wonder if his eyes were open. The rounds that missed her got him an indictment. But nobody's been indicted for the rounds that killed her, the rounds that murdered her. And Kenneth Walker had every right to defend his home. But it's not being framed that way, because the murdered person is black. The cops weren't. It's almost like that the castle doctrine only applies to some people.